Well, good day. This is my third attempt at trying to get this video recorded so I can post it in the announcement section. My name is Professor Lang, and of course I will be the one responsible for guiding you through the minefields of U.S. History 2 in this fall coronavirus atmosphere. So what I'm going to attempt to do on this brief video is to add a little bit to what you're going to be reading on Canvas in the handout section. In the handout section, you're going to find a document entitled Policy Statement for Online Course. And in the policy statement, you're going to see a couple of different headings. The first one being exams. Now, let me explain the way it works. You will find the textbook, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. You will find the textbook is divided up into approximately 15, 16 chapters. We will be starting with chapter 16 in Reconstruction. What I'm doing is dividing those chapters into 3 5-week segments. So after we've covered the first 5 chapters in that segment, there will be a test. That test will be an essay test. All of our exercises, if you will be essays, whether it be short answer for quizzes or the typical essay test. Now, a week prior to the scheduled test, you will find in the handout section the 4 possible questions that will be used for the essay test. So you're going to have it in advance. On the day of the test, you will go to the assignment module, and there you will find the one question that I've chosen that you're going to answer. So you've got 4 questions in advance. You can have them prepared, and then on the day of the test, you will answer the one question from those 4 that I picked for you to answer. Now, that question will be available all day long. Normally, in the face-to-face, you would have approximately 50 minutes. Well, you've got all day, from early in the morning on the day of the test until midnight when that test will come offline. So it gives you rather a good deal of time to submit your answer. The test itself is worth 80 points. Now, there'll be an explanation on the policy statement as to how that works, but 80 points. Prior to that, there will be 4 quizzes covering the first 4 of those 5 chapters. Each one of the quizzes is worth, get ready, math majors, 5 points. 5. I'm ready for a Subway commercial. Now, those 5 points, or 4, 3, 2, whatever you secure from them, will be added to whatever you get from the 80 points, and that will give you your final test grade. So, should you get all 5s in the first 4 quizzes, that's 20 points. Should you get an 80 on the essay, that's 80 points. Put them together. What do we got? That's right, 100 points. There will be 3 of those types of exercises. So at the end of the term, again, there is no final exam. At the end of the term, you will have 3 tests. You add them together, divide by 3, and that gives you your final grade. So it is rather simple. As far as the tests go, I will know from Canvas how long you spend on the test. I'm not saying there is a precise amount of time, but it does give me an idea on how well, and how much time you've put into it. Also, with Canvas, I know how much time you spend on the quizzes, and I know how much time you spend with the lectures and how much time you put into the course. So is there an exact amount of time? No, but when it comes time to looking at the final grades, of course, if you need a couple points, I know where to look. Now, if you miss a test, unless you provide me, obviously online, unless you provide me with a doctor's note, then there is no makeup. And since there's only 3 tests, you really can't afford that. Now, I'm not unfeeling. If you have a particular problem that I should be made aware of, make sure you do that as soon as possible so that we can work something out. Should you provide the doctor's note, then you and I, through an online chat, will work out some way for you to make up the test. Now, as far as the quizzes go, similar way that it's going to be held. A week prior to the quiz, I will post the 4 quiz questions that you'll be responsible for. On the day of the quiz, on the assignment section, I will post the 2 questions, and from those 2, you pick the one that you want to do. If you answer both of them, I'm only grading the first one. So again, you're only answering 1 quiz question. Again, if this were face-to-face, then you would have approximately 15 minutes. So we're only looking for a short paragraph answer, but again, one that is based solely on the textbook. The tests are going to come from the lectures, the textbooks, and any other readings or videos that I may provide you with. Now, I don't do that often, but occasionally I will. So all that is material that the test will be drawn from. The quiz will be strictly drawn from the textbook. And a word to the wise concerning that, you will find the last 2 pages of the textbook are key in preparing for the quiz. I don't think I'll need to say any more. When you see the textbook, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, in terms of attendance, obviously there is no policy for attendance because we're not face-to-face. However, as I said, Canvas will let me know how much time you're spending on the course. Now, in terms of the grading policy, 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, and so forth. So it's rather simple, it's rather easy, and it's rather forthright. As far as the lectures go, no lecture will run more than an hour, and generally speaking, they run in the range of 40 to 50, 55 minutes. Now, the lectures, again, usually when I do them, we're face-to-face. There's a lot of give and take. I believe on engaging the students and bringing them into it. It's not going to be the case this time. However, once a week on the section in Canvas where it's called conferences, I will provide what we'll call office time. I will put on the calendar as to when that's going to be and the precise time. And then during that time period, we can audio chat live back and forth if you have any questions, whether it be about the material, whether it be about the test, quiz, whatever the case may be. I'll be there for that hour to answer all your questions. And the more of you can all jump on at the same time. It doesn't, it doesn't require only one person at a time. The lectures, after a while, I'll place them. They will first be on the pages section of Canvas, and then I'll transfer them to the lecture module so that you can go back at your leisure as you're getting ready for the test or whatever the case may be. Now, as far as the lectures go, don't expect the lectures to cover the chapters word for word. You can read the chapter. So there's no necessity for me to cover everything that's in that chapter. I might be going completely off grid and doing something that is germane to that era, but is not in the textbook. And there will be times, obviously, when I'm going to overlap what is exactly in the textbook. So it's going to vary. You've got the 2 places on Canvas, first pages, and then lectures. And then again, if you get lost, you can go to my YouTube channel. That's right, I have a YouTube channel, Bill Lang, and they will be contained there. In terms of contacting me, again, in the policy statement, you will find my email address. It's easier, I think, and quicker to use my college email address and get me directly there, but you can also do it through Canvas, whatever you find to be easier for you. In terms of the textbook, I realize this is backwards, but it's The American Nation by Carnes and Garrity. You want volume 2, the 15th edition. Now, many of my students in the past have gone on Amazon and gotten themselves a hard copy. You go through the bookstore, and I've given you information on the policy statement, how to do that, but I will also be posting more in the announcement section. They will give you, you will purchase a key. That key, when you go online, will allow you to establish your account with the textbook manufacturer or editor, and then access the textbook in that fashion. Again, whatever you find easier, but I would urge you to do that as soon as possible. Don't waste any time. One other hint in reading the textbook, it is a college level textbook. So if you try to cram that in the night before, there is no way that you're going to be able to retain that information. So you need to read a few pages at a time in order to prep yourself for the examinations that will take place. Again, I'll state this, there is no final exam. There is no overall assessment of your knowledge for the entire course. Again, as I said, we're going to divide it up into 3 sections of 5 chapters each. And that pretty much covers it. So again, contact me when you feel that it's necessary, before we get into the conference segment of it, before the office hours, and we'll take it from there. Well, hopefully we'll be able to meet sometime and talk more about this.